If I woke up tomorrow with no email list, no followers, no social media presence, and I needed to land a $5,000 client in the next 4 days, here's exactly how I'd do it. Listen, I've built a $40 million business online, and I can tell you, landing high ticket clients is not about luck. It's about knowing the right moves in the right order at the right time. So in this video, I'm going to share with you literally step by step exactly how I'd start from complete scratch, where I'd go to find interested prospects, and how I'd go about landing my first client worth $5,000, even if I have zero audience. And yes, this is realistic, it's repeatable, and it's something that you can start today, even if you feel like you're starting from zero. So let's jump straight into the plan. Now, I want to share with you at this point, this video is going to be unscripted, unfiltered. I just want to share with you exactly how I would think about this objectively, and I hope that you get a ton of value from this and it gives you some light bulb moments. So let's get into this. I'm going to assume, if you're watching this video, that you already have an offer that you could be selling, you're just not currently selling it. And I'm going to start right at the end. When I think about landing new clients, and you should do the same thing, is we start with the end in mind and then we work our way back. Often people do it wrong. They start at the very beginning. How do I get traffic? And it's like, well, let's not think about traffic until we know what we're trying to get that traffic to, so we can reverse engineer the process. And so if I'm trying to generate $5,000 in the next few days, I have a choice. Am I going to go for just one client for $5,000, or am I going to go for a cheaper offer and try to get 10 people to pay me $500 or 100 people to pay me $50? I'm going to tell you right now, it is so much harder to go for the multiples. And it's so much easier to go for a higher price point and just get one client. Because again, if I'm starting from scratch, I've got zero audience, I'm hustling, and I need to get some revenue and sales in right now, it's going to be easier for me to find one person that I can talk to who will listen to me, and I can find out what they need and sell back to them the solution they need for $5,000, than to try and speak to 10 unique individual people with different wants, desires, needs, and try to convince 10 people to give me 500. That's harder. This is easier. So my objective right now is one client at 5K. So now I'm going to reverse engineer it back. How many conversations on the phone do I need to have to make my one sale? Well, don't forget, I'm making this training for you retrospectively. I've done this. I know the process, and I can now feed back to you. Well, I know I'm going to need to speak to about 3 qualified people. If I can speak to 3 qualified people, I'm going to close one of them. So I'm going to put that here. I'm looking for 3 calls. So now we go one step earlier. What would I need to do to get 3 calls? Well, I know that I need a conversion vehicle, otherwise known as a sales funnel, something that's going to do the telling and selling for me before I get on the phone with someone. Because what I don't want to do is go out there and hustle on social media, trying to give my calendar link to anyone that will listen and get people booking on the phone with me, because I'm going to end up speaking to loads and loads of people and none of them are going to become a client. I need qualified calls. So I need a conversion vehicle to do that. My go-to is a webinar presentation. Webinars work insanely well for me, have done for years. And I know that it'll take about 30, we're going to put leads here, people that register for my webinar. It takes about 30 leads to turn into 3 calls. About 10% of a webinar audience will book a call. And by the way, all of this stuff I'm breaking down, this is all from my momentum framework. Like I've boiled down the 40 million that I've made online and boiled it down to a 5-step process. So this plan here is an isolated part of this bigger plan. Like if you want to build $1 million education business online, this is the plan. It's my free gift to you. There's a link in the description box. Tell me where to send it. I'll get it out to you. So I'm going to use a webinar to do that, right? And then how am I going to get my 30 leads? Well, I know that a webinar registration page is going to convert at about 30% if I do it right. So I need about 100 clicks. And what's really cool about this is we now have the end objective, one client, but we now have the starting point. I need about 100 clicks. About 100 clicks, if done correctly, will land me one client. So now I've got to think, well, how am I going to get my 100 clicks? I've got a few different options. Again, based on the momentum framework, we can buy it, we can build it, we can borrow it, we can do a combination of the 3. In this scenario, it's a race against the clock. I've got 4 days and I've got to get my client. So in this scenario, my starting point is going to be paid ads. I'm going to go out there on Meta. I'm going to go out there on YouTube. I'm going to launch some video ad campaigns to hopefully get some clicks. Now, again, I know from experience that we're going to look to spend around about $3 $3 per click. So I'm going to have a budget now of $300. And $300, if this all works out, will land me one client. But you might say, well, John, I'm probably not going to get the ultimate result straight away. And you'd be correct. So I'm going to spend a portion of my budget, maybe $100. I'm going to put the feelers out. Am I getting the amount of leads that I need from each click? Am I getting a couple of calls booked, or at least one call booked? Am I seeing some proof in the pudding? If I am, I'll continue to spend. If I'm not, I can pivot. I can try a different ad platform. I can try different video ads. I can try different messaging. I can try different copy. There's a whole process up here in step 1 where we just, once we know the objective, now we're just throwing spaghetti at the wall here and seeing what sticks. Best case scenario, I spend my 300, I land my client. Worst case scenario, I spend my 300, but I learn. I get valuable insight, valuable data that's going to help inform me moving forward. So that's what I'm going to do for my 100 clicks. It's definitely paid ads. Once the clicks start coming through, I already mentioned, but we're going to be taking them to some kind of opt-in page. We've got to get leads so that we can turn those leads into calls. And I just find the perfect conversion vehicle is a webinar because it has a natural built-in lead magnet, right? We don't have to create something like this. It's going to take some design work and extra resource just to get the lead. And then we've got to find a way to convert them. A webinar is the lead magnet. Someone gives their name and email to register for the webinar. So I get the lead, and then they come and join my webinar presentation, which is the conversion vehicle itself. So I get my clicks from my paid ads, I get my 30 leads, they watch the webinar. I just know that from 30 leads, I get about 3 calls if done correctly. And what's really important that you understand about a webinar is because of the length of time they spend with you on that presentation, you qualify these prospects. So you get them closer up the buying ladder. I call it the cold to sold timeline. And if you're using a sales funnel or a conversion vehicle like a VSL, for example, you don't get people far enough up the cold to sold timeline. Maybe you get them to a 2 out of 10. And so now you're on the phone with people trying to land clients and you're getting resistance, you're getting no's, you're having unenjoyable conversations. It's because they weren't sold enough yet. The beauty with a webinar is that you're going to have a perfect 40 to 45 minute presentation that you can record one time. You could fully automate that webinar, and now you can have 10, 100, 1,000 people watching that presentation, getting to know you, your brand, your story, what you're about. And by the time they get the invitation to book a call, they're actually part the way sold. Instead of a 2 out of 10, maybe they're a 5, a 6, a 7 out of 10. And it makes those conversations so much easier and increases my chances of landing that client. So that would be my plan in a few days to land my first client. Now, there are some specific things in here that you need to master if you want to do this right. And if you want to take control of your client acquisition, I want to help you. I've got some amazing resources for you. The first one is the Momentum Framework that will break down the entire blueprint for building $1 million online business. That's in the description box. You also need this. This is my webinar framework that's going to show you how to create and produce the most perfect webinar presentations start to finish that takes people cold all the way to sold. And the final piece, and this is beautiful, I've generated millions and millions as a result of this. It's my push and pull sales script so that you can successfully convert one high ticket client from every handful of prospects. And I've got the whole framework for you. Just follow along, do as I tell you, it'll work a charm. The links to all those resources are below. They're my free gift to you. If you're new to our community, it's a thank you for being a part of what we're doing. If you enjoyed today's video, check this one out here to go a bit deeper on the sales side of things. Right now, sales sucks, but there is a new way of doing it that outconverts everything else, and I'll teach you about it right here. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.